Hello, I'm Ken Haas, and welcome to this week's edition of Kenny's Two Pennies. This week, we're going to take a look at a couple of impressive victories, but also the calm before the storm, because three big ones loom on the immediate horizon. But first, a word from our sponsor. Hello, Syracuse fans. Want to know where I watch the Syracuse games? Right here at Dewey's Third Ward Tavern, Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. Want to watch the NFL? Dewey's has the NFL ticket. And also on Thursday nights, Dewey's has the NFL Network. So you don't have to worry about missing if you got cable. Dewey's broadcasts all Syracuse games, basketball and football. Dewey's has 21 televisions to watch all your sports action. Come to Dewey's Third Ward Tavern here on Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. I'll see you here. Well, Mr. Tebow, Mr. Jones, nice little story they did on, I think it was the ESPN network, about the difference between the two of you. But you know something? That's right on the money. Because Mr. Tebow, you are a class act. And let's hope, even though I'm not really a fan of the Gators, you can continue this going on by maybe leading Florida to a third national title. Because you know what? Even though I love Syracuse and Notre Dame when it comes to football, I still don't think they'll have the goods next year to be with the big boys. Syracuse might take a couple of years. But you know, Mr. Tebow, you're going to have a nice NFL career and a nice career helping charity. Mr. Jones, boy, some things never change. You know, the background you came from, plus the way you always talk, the way you always act with the media, it's no wonder you're no longer playing for Mr. Jerry Jones, that is. Thing is, Pac-Man, you might try to eat up wide receivers, but you know, you can't eat your way out of these situations you seem to get yourself in. And I mean, you gotta stop this behavior, because you know what? I bet you, in about a couple of years, you're either gonna be in jail or you're either gonna be dead. Boy, it seems as though it's really ridiculous the way things are going on. The underdogs seem to be doing better than the ones that are at home. Heck, this past week, 3 of the 4 road teams won, and that includes the Eagles over the Giants. But you know, the team I'm really caring about in the playoffs just keeps on keeping on. And anybody who's out there who watches from the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, we got ourselves one hell of a fan club up here in Seneca Falls. Go to Dewey's Third Ward Tavern on any Sunday during the NFL season or the playoffs, and you'll see the Steelers fans up here are one rowdy bunch. Hell, even when they get a first down, we pass the ball around, and when we get a touchdown, we pass the ball around, and even with a safety, we pass the ball around. 'Cause you know, we are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, yeah. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Syracuse fans, we're continuing our impressive early stretch through the Big East schedule. A couple of pretty impressive victories last week. First, the DePaul Blue Demons tried to come into the Carrier Dome and wreck the party, but the only party they got wrecked was maybe the ghost of Ray Meyer going. Boy, what a great effort from all our starters and from Eric Devendorf. All of them scoring in double digits. Devendorf off the bench scoring 13 points. And what's even more impressive, some of the walk-ons getting some PT in a pretty impressive 85-68 victory over the Blue Demons. one thing, Mr. Anawaku. Thing is, you're a hell of a center. You can slam it down with the best of them, the way you take those alley-oops and the way you drive to the basket. But the thing is, you keep on throwing up those bricks there from the free throw line. Mr. Anawaku, we're playing basketball, not being masons. Thing is, I can find some pretty good mortar with all those bricks you're throwing up. 'Cause you know what? Bricks don't count in the stance. And bricks will maybe be our undoing if we can't hit the free throws against the important opponents. But we gotta work on that. Heck, you're only about 40% from the free throw line. Mr. Anawaku, get with the program. Start hitting your free throws. Yeah, you can impress by doing your Phi Slamma Jamma imitation, but get with the program, will you? Secondly, we go down to Piscataway, New Jersey, but we don't, with the game, we don't Piscataway, if you know what I mean. We go down, and even though Rutgers was a little troublesome through the first half, in the second half, we eventually walked on the Scarlet Knights. And what a game for Mr. Harris. 26 points. And also, Johnny Flynn showing how he can jam with authority, along with Mr. Anawaku, especially on that drive to the basket in the second half, and even causing the Rutgers coach to act like the Tasmanian devil. Of course, which drew him a technical foul. But you know what? He didn't act like John Thompson, because of course John Thompson might have told the ref, "Hey, don't with me," and that would have been it with you. But whatever, nice win there in Piscataway, New Jersey, Syracuse. But now, looming on the horizon are 3 giant games in the next week. First, by the time this airs, it'll be tomorrow, and that means Georgetown will be playing Syracuse down in Washington, D.C. The Hoyas and the Orange always send shivers up my spine whenever I hear those two, because that is the rivalry. And next, Notre Dame coming into the Dome on Saturday, with Haringoti and Hansborough leading the Fighting Irish. And then a real giant one, Monday next week, traveling to the Steel City to play the #1 ranked Pittsburgh Panthers. Well, this has been a great little tune-up for the start of the Big East. But now, it's time for the Orange to show their mettle. Time to show if the Orange can play with the big boys. As this has all been a nice appetizer, the main course is about to be served up in the next few weeks to see if Syracuse is worthy to getting back to where they belong in the NCAA tournament. Impressive run so far, Syracuse. Let's keep it going. I'm Ken Haas. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.